Welcome back, fans of all things Disney. I apologize, I have not uploaded anything to the channel in a little bit over a month at this point, and I am sorry for that. It has been such a long time since I've uploaded anything that I've actually had quite a few subscribers that have either emailed me or messaged me asking to just make sure that I was okay, that nothing crazy had happened. You all know I live in Florida, and we all know, if you watch the news, that Florida right now is a hot spot in the country. But no, everything will be fine. Everything is fine. It's just been a period of time, a series of weeks where it's been one thing after another, after another, after another, ranging from, you know, simple things like having to replace a vehicle, go car shopping, all that kind of stuff, to, you know, some medical diagnoses that we are dealing with and we're working through. Nothing life-threatening or anything like that, but certainly life-altering, so making some changes in different things. And just found out the other day that one of my children's identities was stolen. So it's just been one thing after another, throw a surgery on top of that, and it's just been a busy several weeks. And I'm sure with all of those different things added together, you can all understand I kind of got myself into, I don't know, a little bit of a funk to where I just, I didn't want to do anything. I have to be honest. The idea, the notion of even putting a video together, I just didn't want to do it. But I know that I need to kind of help process and move through everything. I need to get back to normal as I possibly can in this time. The character warehouses still are not open, which I think is part of the thing that's kind of got me feeling down. Such a huge part of my life now, this little business that I started, the personal shopping business, and to not be able to do that, to not have that extra income coming in. You all know I'm a teacher, and teachers don't make a ton of money in Florida. So it's just been an interesting time the last month or so. And I went to my P.O. box the other day, and there was just some amazing mail in there from a couple of subscribers that I'm going to share with you in this video. And it really, I don't know, it just kind of gave me a kick in the pants that I think I needed. So I'm so grateful for the people that sent me these items that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you. But also in this video, I have some pin mail, and I have the name of the winner of the June drawing. I'm sorry I didn't upload a video at the transition from June to July, but I do have the name of the winner from that June giveaway. I am not going to be drawing for a winner in July. I'm actually going to put July and August together, just because I probably won't upload more than a couple of videos from now until the end of July. So anybody that does subscribe, the way that I do giveaways here on the channel, I like to respect all of my subscribers. You are pressing that subscribe button and taking some time to watch my videos, so the least I can do is to honor the fact that you are a subscriber, and I try to do a giveaway every month. And that giveaway is a customized box of Disney goodies. So basically, whoever wins, I draw the name, I share the name out, that person emails me a list of their wants and wishes, and then I go shopping for some awesome Disney goodies, typically at the Character Warehouse, but unfortunately those are not open. And I don't foresee them opening anytime soon, which I will share the information I have about that in this video as well. But I do try to do a giveaway every month on the channel. Again, for this time, we're going to do July and August together. So if you are interested in entering, you just have to hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber to the channel. You can comment on any and all videos that I upload over the course of the month, and that enters you for additional drawings. New subscribers, in the time frame of the giveaway, you get 3 entries into the drawing, and existing subscribers, you always have 1, because I have all your names in a cute little spreadsheet that I maintain, and I kind of just add the other stuff to it, and then I do the random number generator to kind of pick who wins. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button. I promise I'm going to try to get back to a more consistent schedule of posting videos now that life has started to calm itself down again. But if you think you'd be interested in just basic Disney content, check out the channel. I have a whole bunch of different things that I have posted. So the very first thing I do want to do is I want to share with everybody the name of that June winner for the box of customized Disney goodies. And the name that was selected for June is Tori Ford. So Tori, what I need you to do is to send me an email at mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com, and what I'd like for you to include in there are just your wants and wishes for Disney. So what are your favorite characters, or your favorite rides, your favorite parks? What are some of your hobbies? If you would potentially be interested in a t-shirt, like if I happen to get into one of those character warehouses at any point, go ahead and put your clothing size in there if that's something that you'd be interested in. If you are a pin collector, if you like to travel, just anything that you can think of that will help me put your box of Disney goodies together. And even though the character warehouses are not open, I still have 2 winners from past months that I have to shop for. And I just need to go ahead and I need to do that shopping. So I am going to be making a trip into the Orlando area on Friday. I'm going to check out Disney Springs. I'm going to check out some of the stores that are around there and see what I can find. I'm going to start scouring the internet to see if I can go ahead and fulfill those boxes of goodies for you, even though the outlets are not open. And I should have a nice video that I'm going to put together of the things that I selected for those winners, because people seem to like that the last time, so you can kind of see the process that I go through, thought process I go through in selecting those gifts and putting them all together and things like that. So congratulations to Tori Ford. Again, you are the winner of the June giveaway. So again, please send me that email at mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is I really want to share some of the magic mail that I received. And I'm going to start with this beautiful postcard that one of my subscribers had sent to me from California. This is from Joyce, and I think the thing that I love most about this is it's not just that it's a Mulan postcard, which is gorgeous. I love it. I will probably frame this and put it up either here or at school. But the fact that Mulan is my favorite princess, and I know that she picked this because of that. So she went out of her way to think of me and to get a nice little gift for me. And I don't even think that, I know she probably didn't realize this at the time, but when I opened the P.O. box door and I saw this as well as one other thing, it just kind of meant the world to me. So Joyce, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It says, "Hi Melissa, I watched your Mulan pin unboxing. I thought you would like this. Hope you are doing well." So a very simple postcard, which I greatly appreciated. I love this scene. And again, I love Mulan. She is one of my all-time favorite Disney characters, and Joyce, it just meant the world to me. Now, the other piece of magic mail that I received, so this is coming from Ramsey in Arkansas, and it's just the sweetest thought, and I have never received anything like this, Ramsey. So thank you so much for the time and the energy that you put into creating this. Please know that this is going to be the very first thing that I put up in my classroom when I get back to school. But in that beautiful package that she sent me was a lovely picture of Minnie Mouse in her pink finest, signed Minnie Mouse XOXO, and the artist's signature there at the bottom, Ramsey M 2020, and it is just perfect, absolutely perfect. I am missing my students so very much. I tend to get drawings from my students, or just like little notes and things like that they'll leave for me on my desk, and it's the sweetest thing when you can get something like that, or like the postcard that I got from Joyce. This is just so appreciated, Ramsey. And again, it's hard to explain, but when I opened the P.O. box door and I saw that I had the mail, it put a smile on my face. And then when I realized that this had such a personal touch, it's clearly been colored in and created by you, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do love this. And I think my students are going to get a kick out of this as well. They love to see any of the new stuff that I add to the room that is Disney. And yes, my classroom in a high school is completely Disney-fied. It's a little ridiculous, but the kids kind of appreciate the passion that I have for it. So thank you so much, both Joyce and Ramsey. Again, it was kind of needed to have that little bit of a pick-me-up, and it certainly did the trick if that was your intent. So now moving on to the pin mail. All right, so the very first piece of pin mail that I wanted to share with everybody, this is actually coming to me from one of my personal shopping customers, Takesha, but this was actually a trade. And for those of you that are new to the channel, you're going to hear dog toys that are going off over on the side. I have 3 dogs. I'm sure now that they are all kind of running around my office area, they're going to be making their way through here at some point. But if you hear noises, that's all that is. But this is coming to me from Takesha. And again, this was a trade. I had ended up getting a hold of an extra copy of one of those mini main attraction sets, and she was able to pick up one of these box lunch Lilo and Stitch kind of hanging on the hammock in between the palm trees pins from Loungefly. And I will tell you, I'm not a huge fan of when the Loungefly pins are released, only because it's a disaster. Like, if we think Shop Disney websites are bad, trying to get through and to order something, well, Loungefly is 10 times worse. So I just don't even bother. But she was able to secure this, and I had one of those mini main attractions that I was very happy to trade her for. I'll show you that there. And actually, why don't I do this? Let me just pull it out of the plastic, since as soon as I am done with the video, this is going to be going up on my Stitch pin board. So we'll just... Boy, they really secure these things, don't they? Let's see here. There we go. That should help so you can see it. And the packaging is really, really nice. I do like the packaging for this one. And I am kind of tempted to keep this as is, just in the box. But it's adorable. So I'm thinking it is going to go on that Stitch pin board after all. So that was the first piece of pin mail that I have. This next one came from Shop Disney. It's one of the I Collect pins, and this one is the attractions pin. And so just as I opened it up, it's ridiculous. So those of you that have purchased from Shop Disney recently, and maybe you have received your pins in fully functioning and working order, I know I always had, and then this last one came in and it was a disaster. It was off the actual backing. It's not broken, thank goodness, so I shouldn't say it's a disaster, but the pin backs were off and it was off its backing. But this is the attractions, the I Collect attractions pin. You can see Tiki Bird there. And then when you open it up inside, it of course has some of the different rides, Carousel of Progress and things like that. And I just started that collection of like a ride or an attraction, a pin for every attraction at Disney World. So it was kind of perfect timing when that came through. I just really wish that Disney would figure out how to do their shipping, because just in some of the Facebook groups, I'm noticing how many things are coming in that are damaged, and then because they're limited release or limited edition, they don't have any more to send, even though it was their error in shipping. So that just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth about that. So, but that's okay. This next one, it's another I Collect pin, but this was from a purchase that I had made from somebody that was selling it online. And this is the I Collect Disney Foods. I wasn't able to secure this one when it was available, because I didn't realize even what it was. I saw it on the website and it had Timothy Mouse in there, and I thought, well, that's a strange pin collection to collect. I didn't realize it was the foods collection. So when I finally did realize it, it was sold out, and I had to go and try to find it somewhere. And she had it listed for a very reasonable price, so I appreciated that very much. Then the only other thing that I have, before I share the information that I have about the character warehouses, I did end up picking up 3 of, these are fantasy pins, so they cannot be traded in the parks, but I wouldn't trade them anyway. These are ones that I purchased for myself, because I just really wanted something to kind of commemorate 2020 and the pandemic and all of that. This is the business card for the lady that I purchased these from, and I'll just leave that there for you. And she had these awesome designs of Disney characters in the face masks. So look at that. That is just too cute with Mickey and Minnie, and they have their face masks on and all of that. It's just kind of adorable. Now, she had a lot of different designs. I went for that one because it's, of course, it's Minnie and it's Mickey and it's pretty standard, but she had one that is my favorite Disney princess, Mulan. So I had to get that one. And I think my favorite part of this pin is, look at Cricket. Look at that little bitty mask on Cricket. That is just too cute. So I had to do that for my Mulan pin board. And then Stitch. Adorable. Just so cute. And her pins were not expensive. I don't remember exactly how much they were, but I know that they were under $20 each. So when she posted that these would be available, I of course jumped on those because those are two of my favorite characters, and then Minnie and Mickey, and you just can't go wrong with that. So I probably will be wearing this one, or I might even mix it up a little bit when we go back to school. Again, I start back to work next week, and it'll either be a week after that my students come back, or I know there's talk right now of maybe delaying the kids coming in maybe an additional week, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that, but to just encourage the students to just wear those masks, to just wear them. It's so important, and I know people feel differently about it. I don't understand the argument for not wearing them. I don't get it. Just like I wouldn't get the argument for not wearing a seatbelt in your car. I just don't understand that when all the evidence points to just put a mask on. You know, so this will be a fun way for me to remind the kids, just leave your mask on. It's not the end of the world. It might be required, but it's not the end of the world. I have to wear one. You have to wear one. It's just part of living through this time right now. It'll be okay. Everything will be fine. But these will maybe help a little bit. So again, Minnie and Mickey, and then I have my Mulan and my Stitch one. And I just love those. I thought they were so, so cute. Now, the news that I have, and I'm going to do news because it's not really news. I have no sources that I can confirm this with at all. I was at Disney Springs, it was a few weeks ago at this point, and there was a cast member working at Goofy's Candy Co. that I recognized from the character warehouses. So, of course, struck up a conversation, and in that conversation, one of the things that I asked is about the character warehouses, obviously. I'm like, do you know when they're going to open? And that's exactly how I felt about it. What he shared with me, and this is, I'm really hoping that by saying this and putting it in a video, that because I've said that, I'm going to be proven wrong. I'm really, really hoping that that is what happens here. So, what the gentleman had shared with me is that Disney has very specific requirements to protect their employees. We've all seen those videos on YouTube detailing kind of what you have to do to get into Disney Springs or into the parks or whatever. And it's pretty simple. They take your temperature. It's a touchless temperature screening. It's very easy, very quick. And they also require that you have a mask on. Well, it's my understanding from this gentleman, and again, I can't confirm, I have no idea if this is the truth, but it certainly makes sense that because the two character warehouse locations, I apologize, the cat is walking around by the treadmill, so this is Mushy, say hi. Mushy's gotten big. But since the two character warehouse locations are at properties that are not Disney owned, that they cannot put specific requirements in place for customers to enter their stores. That the requirements that are set up by the owners of the mall management, are the requirements for any stores that are functioning there. And they are not as strict as what Disney is requiring. So masks might be required, but the temperature screening is not. So because the requirements that Disney has to have in place, these are Disney employees, they work in the same union, they are working for the same company, they should have the same protections as everybody else. Because they cannot do those stricter screening measures, they have elected to not open those stores. Now, if that is the case, and again, I'm just sharing the information that I was given from a Character Warehouse employee. If that is correct, it explains why they're still not open, even though the parks are open. It explains why we're not seeing plexiglass getting installed in front of their registers, why we're not seeing a limiting of end caps or creating larger aisles or things like that. So limiting the amount of merchandise that's in those stores to create more space for people to walk and be social distanced. It explains a lot, but especially that notion of, well, the parks are open, so why aren't the outlets open? That makes sense, to be quite honest. I am hoping, again, like I said, I'm hoping that by me saying this and putting it out there in the YouTube universe, that I'm going to be proven wrong. I would love to be wrong on this, because I miss my business. I miss doing the shopping for people, and I would of course be as careful can be. I always have hand sanitizer with me. I'm constantly washing my hands. I always have masks on, and I have several in my purse just in case something crazy happens. I keep my social distance from everybody every time I go in anywhere. But I miss being able to do that. So I am hoping, fingers crossed, that I am wrong in this, that the gentleman I spoke to was wrong, and that I will be wrong. But it is kind of what it is right now. We don't really know. There hasn't been an official statement on those Character Warehouse locations. So there's a lot of speculation. I'm sharing what came directly from a Disney cast member who had been working at the Character Warehouse locations. So he got it from somewhere, and he specifically said that it came from a meeting when they relocated him to Disney Springs. So I'm in a way hopeful that it's accurate, because I would never want to spread information that was inaccurate. But at the same time, I'm hoping I can be proven wrong on that, just so that we can all kind of get back to our semi-normal. With all of that said, I have no idea when I'm going to be able to go back to those outlets and to get the personal shopping business started back up again. I have been going to Booster Packs and Beyond periodically. I have been going to Disney Springs, and I can certainly stop off at a Target or a Walmart in the Orlando area if somebody was looking for something, if you saw something on a walkthrough in somebody else's videos. Those are really the only stores that I would go to. So if there is anybody that wants me to try to pick something up for them, you can give me an email at mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com, especially Booster Packs and Beyond or Disney Springs. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to upload a video. I'm hoping tomorrow, it might be the day after that, for Disney Springs. The last time I was there, I spent a lot of time in the that candle kiosk that I had told you about, the soy candles, and I have a whole bunch of information on the different scents as well as the pricing for you. And then I also spent quite a bit of time in Goofy's Candy Co. to just kind of give you a sense of, well, what are your options? What are the different things that you could choose if you wanted me to pick you up some candy at Goofy's Candy Co. And because it's Disney Springs, I have no problem picking things up. It's open to the public. So if anybody wanted me to grab something at Disney Springs, I'm certainly willing to do that whenever I'm doing a shopping trip. Booster packs and beyond, that's a little bit trickier because of their stock. You never know exactly what stock they're going to have. But you can check the channel for a couple of different videos that I have posted on different items that they do have. This last time that I went, I spent some time going through and looking at their booster packs as well as their lanyard sets and things like that. I also spent some time in the cases. So some of those upper end pins, the Acme pins or things like that. And I'll be hopefully having that uploaded to the channel in the next several days. It's probably not going to be this week at this point, but I will be working to try to get that uploaded as soon as I can, so that if there is anything that you want me to get, that I can do that for you. I will try to keep you as updated as possible on the Character Warehouse locations. I will not be planning a trip to the outlets until I am 100% sure that they are open. Only because, again, I live about an hour away, and there are plenty of other people that live much, much closer. So I'll let them show me when it's open, and then I can certainly get back to shopping for all of you. Fingers crossed that that will be sooner rather than later. But I understand, like, I get where Disney would be coming from. They can't put the employees that work at the outlet locations at more risk than the employees that work in the parks. So I guess it just makes sense. I also fully understand. I have a dear friend who I have spoken to you guys about who did contract this very early on. And while she is out of the hospital, she has some very severe lingering issues. This is not a joke. It is not anything to take lightly. It is the sort of thing that, no, you don't want to just contract it to get it over with. You want to do everything you can to not contract this thing, because you don't know if you're going to be that person that gets that super severe case, or that you have it and you don't know it and you pass it to somebody who does have underlying conditions. So hand sanitizer, wash those hands, use those masks, and hopefully we will all be back to as normal as we possibly can be very, very soon. So until our next video, bye-bye.